Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. Today I am here for my section 12 of my Advent project. Again, apologies for my voice. I still have one, barely, so I apologize for that, but I didn't want to miss out on doing a day, so I'm just going to lift this up. Again, it is section number 12, and we're just going to get started. So, today's section might be a bit of a clue about what we're going to do, but we'll see. Let me just zoom in here. Actually, I think I'm going to turn this around since it's at the top, and that will let me get it centered for you better, as well as giving me a better area to work on it. So let me start my timer and get started. Okay. I think I'm going to start with the M's because I actually don't have a lot of M's in this section. So, let's see what to talk about today other than my funny voice. I thought it was funny. I was talking with some friends about Diamond Art Club's new releases this week. And while I'm a big fan of Tom and Jerry, I am not what I would call a big fan of Friends. I mean, I watched the show, of course, but I was never as into it as, say, my sister. My sister, who could, if you gave her the episode number, could tell you what it was about and start quoting lines from it to you. I mean, it was an entertaining show. It was just not one that I watched that often. Anyway, we were talking about it, and I managed to resist temptation. I did not buy any of the kits during their sale or new releases this week. Much though I am tempted. I do really like Tom and Jerry, but I'm kind of waiting to see what else they're going to be releasing. I know that there's a ton of people who are waiting on Scooby-Doo. Because they've seen pictures of it, in their ads, and everybody wants to know when it's going to be released. I don't know that I particularly care that much about Scooby-Doo, but I'm waiting to see what other things Warner Brothers might allow them to do. For me personally, the Friends, I didn't like the Central Perk one that much with just the coffee cups. The logo usually has like the little couch and stuff. So I don't know if they couldn't get permission for that one, or, I'm sure Warner Brothers has certain things that they do and don't allow. So, who knows? I mean, I'm assuming Scooby-Doo will be allowed because we've seen it in ads, so it must be out there somewhere. But, and they've released some of the Harry Potter stuff. But, like for me, the Harry Potter, none of it was really stuff that I was interested in. I didn't want the crest. And while the kind of book cover one was nice, I just don't like Harry Potter enough to invest that kind of money in it. So we were talking about, Scooby-Doo and what other things. I'm curious to see whether or not any of the Looney Tunes will be released. I mean, I would assume those are huge money makers for Warner Brothers, so I don't know if Diamond Art Club would be allowed to do diamond paintings of those, but it would be amazing. I have for years collected some Looney Tunes characters, and so if they release them, especially particular ones, then I would definitely be getting them. But then I was also looking up Hanna-Barbera, because Hanna-Barbera is who owned Scooby-Doo, and they were bought by Warner Brothers. And so I was like, well, what else does Hanna-Barbera have besides Scooby-Doo that maybe, we might see some of? And man, I had forgotten how prolific Hanna-Barbera was. I mean, of course, I watched a bunch of those cartoons as kids, but I had forgotten that some of them existed, and then also forgotten that some of them were Hanna-Barbera, because we're talking about, of course, Scooby-Doo, but they also did the Flintstones and the Jetsons and Yogi Bear and just a ton of other ones that probably don't leap to mind immediately when you're talking about Hanna-Barbera, like Jabberjaw and Johnny Quest and Josie and the Pussycats and Speed Buggy and, I mean, Huckleberry Hound, and you pretty much my Saturday as a kid, my Saturday cartoon lineup was mostly Hanna-Barbera. And so it would be really cool if they managed to get some of those. I like Tom and Jerry. I watched Tom and Jerry a lot as a kid, but the two kits that they had just were not images that I found very interesting. And that's the other thing about the Friends one. I don't understand the second one. I mean, I get that it's supposed to be Friends, and there's a coffee cup. I don't understand the duck reference. I didn't watch it enough to get that, I guess. And I didn't understand, I mean, other than they ate a lot of pizza, but I didn't understand why that particular painting had to be licensed. I mean, if I had just seen that somewhere, I wouldn't have known that it necessarily had anything to do with Friends. I mean, I think if I stop and think about it, maybe the word Friends itself is in that logo, that font that's in their logo, but I wouldn't even swear to that. And it's just words other than the duck and the pizza and the coffee cup. The rest of it is just words and then the background, which just didn't seem that interesting to me. I mean, if I'm going to spend, what Diamond Art Club charges, I want more detail than that. So, of course, maybe that's just me. I have not checked since everything went live to see what sold out and what didn't, but yeah. I am still a tad under the weather. I did make my husband go and get me my McDonald's smoothie, so I am drinking that and trying to keep my voice going until I get done with this. And then I'm probably going to have to go take a nap because I am tired. I had to do a bunch of cleaning this weekend because we were having people over. I didn't have to do anything cooking-wise, thank goodness, other than making the dessert. The rest of it we got takeout, but I'm still, man, this is one of those colds where, you walk across the room and you're exhausted. Just taking a shower is an adventure sometimes. And I thought I filled in all those ends and I didn't realize there was a whole bunch over there, so I have to go back and do those. Oh well, this section is a lot of yellow. So let's see, what am I doing here? Doing the pound sign, the number sign, or the hashtag, as the younger generation calls it. Remember when we just called it the pound sign or the number sign? Oh, goodness. I'm trying to catch up on my chores because I have not felt like doing anything the last couple of days, even though I had stuff I had to get done. So, and I've been trying to work on diamond painting things, which has not gone like I wanted it to. I actually had intended I had intended to diamond paint yesterday. I had quite a bit of time, and I just felt bad enough. I did not. So, which is too bad because I really want to get the painting that I'm working on done so I can move on to some other things. So, which I guess, I shouldn't worry. It's a stream of never-ending projects, right? I mean, as soon as I get one done, I'm on to the next one, so I guess I shouldn't worry about it, right? So, and I went back and I did some checking, and I have officially mailed out more than 100 random acts of kindness this year. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for signing up for the random acts of kindness, for supporting my little YouTube channel, and say thank you. If you've supported me in any way, whether that's, monetarily by making donations, those are always appreciated but not required. And you can find links for that in the description below. Whether that's, supporting me by subscribing and watching the channel, just the simple act of subscribing helps me out immensely. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because the more viewers I have, the more my videos get shown to more like-minded diamond painting, crafting people. And that's amazing. So, thank you for that. I am going to be still sending out some more random acts of kindness. If you haven't already signed up for one of those, then you can find the information in a link down below. There's a link that will take you to a Google form. All you do is fill it out, and then I go down the list of names, and when I get to yours, I will send you a random act of kindness, which is usually a small diamond painting or diamond painting adjacent gift. It depends on how much money I have, what I can afford to send, but I try to send something that is diamond painting related. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to fill out that form down below. When you fill out the form, please don't forget to include your entire address. If you live in the US, I need your city, state, and zip code, as well as your street address. If you live outside the US, if you enter it in the order that I need to put it on the envelope, every country kind of has their own way of addressing things, the way their postal service works. So I literally, if you are in a country that I'm not very familiar with, I just put it on the envelope the way that you have written it on the package. So, and sometimes it's hard to tell if I have the complete information or not. So, but if you would make sure that it was on there. I am trying to figure out, I was curious how many different countries I have sent to and if I've covered every state yet in my random acts of kindness. I've got to go back and figure it out again, because I have added to both countries and states since I looked at it the last time. My goal is to send at least a random act of kindness to every state within the US. That seems more than doable. I'm most of the way there, although there seems to be a large chunk of the country out west that have not signed up. So I don't know if that means people in those areas don't craft, or they just aren't interested in watching YouTube, or what. But if you live in North or South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, any of those, and also weirdly enough, Oklahoma, which is, you know, not that far from me, so I would think that somebody would have signed up from Oklahoma, but maybe people don't diamond paint in Oklahoma. So anyway, so if you would sign up for that, that would be amazing. Subscribe to the channel, that would also be amazing. And yeah, just help me keep doing what I love, which is making these diamond painting videos and diamond painting. So I hopefully, after I get done with this Advent series, before the end of the year, we'll have a couple of new things headed your way. So I don't want to spoil any surprises, and I haven't got all the details quite worked out yet. So, and we're on day 12. So this is exactly halfway through the Advent calendar. And I'm assuming by now that some of you will have worked out, if not exactly what the picture is, what the picture is of. And like I said, I picked this one because I thought it was a really pretty diamond painting, but also because I thought with all the colors, it would be nice and colorful and kind of keep people guessing a little bit while I was doing the sections. Because even if you know what the painting is of, just looking at the sections, it's a little difficult just because of the way that it is made. So that's one of the reasons that I chose it. Oh, and for those of you who yesterday, when I was doing the section yesterday, realized that I missed a diamond and I had an open spot, I found it and completed it before I put everything away, because I had an ampersand symbol that I had missed, and I realized it as I was getting ready to put everything away that I had missed it. So I did go back and fix it. So okay, let me do the Y's. I'm trying to fill in all these colors that I just kind of have one-offs of, or just a couple of, before I dive into that big section of yellows. So I've got some H's, a couple of ampersands, and then I'll dive into J and E. Oh, it looks like I have one U. Trying to look over here, make sure I'm not missing anything over there as well. So let's see, we'll do H's and then I'll do E. I just really, when I saw this diamond painting, I really liked it. So it was on my, ooh, I want to work on this list for a while. I just need to get faster at diamond painting, I guess. I watch all these people on Instagram who, you know, it seems like they're doing a painting every other day. And I'm like, how do they do these so fast? Like, is all they do diamond paint all day, every day? I mean, in which case I'm never going to be that fast because I don't have all day, every day to diamond paint. But, you know, how do I do it faster? I mean, for most of this, I have been single placing, just because that slows me down a little bit. But I don't want to make mistakes while I'm talking. But I do multi-place when I am, you know, working on my big projects, just kind of crafting while I'm sitting in front of the TV or whatever. And I still just don't seem to go as fast as some of these other people. I mean, I look at some of these people and it's like they're kicking out diamond art clubs in just a day or two. It's like, how do you get it done that fast? I mean, I can keep track of my hours, but I mean, a diamond painting this size, say 30 by 40, is usually going to take me about 10 hours. If I had a bigger one, you know, I feel like my speed is pretty much the same no matter the size of the diamond painting. Of course, I guess there are things I could do to speed up my diamond painting that I'm just not interested in. Like I said, I know there's tons of people who, instead of opening up containers and everything and dumping out drills and pouring drills back in and whatnot, they will, you know, have one of those setups where they've got a tower, or they've got one of those layouts where there's, you know, 5 trays out all at once, and so they've got all their colors out at once. And I just am too afraid that I would be too clumsy for that, because I spill drills enough just doing it the way that I do it. I'm afraid if I had that many colors out, they would just end up in a giant mess on the floor, and then I would just be crying because it would just be a big mess and I would never be able to finish my diamond painting. So we'll see, I guess. I'm still waiting for Craftably to come out and say when they are going to be releasing some of these new releases, or these teasers that they're showing. I need to go back in and kind of look at. I need to make a list of paintings I want to buy when I do, you know, allow myself to do that. I have, of course, I have things on my wish list on Diamond Art Club. I think I have things in a wish list on Treasure Studios Art. I don't know if I set up a wish list on Craftably. I might have to go look at that. And I know Oraloa keeps sending me emails about a sale, and I keep having to resist because I'm trying really hard not to buy any more diamond paintings before the end of the year. And also, I kind of want to reserve if I'm going to be buying any, if Diamond Art Club releases any more Warner Brothers stuff and it ends up being something I really want, like the Flintstones or the Jetsons or something. I want to have money available to do that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still kind of figuring out my calendar for 2022, what I want to film and show and what projects I want to work on and all of that. I want to put up a post on my Facebook page about, you know, kind of what my plans are for the upcoming year. I haven't done that yet. So everything now is kind of on hold until after the Christmas holidays, just because, you know, everybody's going to be so busy with those, me included. So luckily, I do not have to cook on Christmas. We are going over to my sister's house for Christmas, so I don't know that she's going to be cooking either. She may just be getting takeout from someplace for us. But either way, I don't have to cook. Whether she's cooking or getting takeout, I don't have to cook. We just have to go over there and open gifts and enjoy ourselves. So that will be nice. My voice is starting to get gone again. I have had a tickle in the back of my throat for the last 3 or 4 days. In fact, yesterday it felt bad enough that I actually wondered whether I had contracted strep again, because my throat hurts. It hurts when I swallow. I'm not running a fever though. And I have a slight earache. So I don't know if I just maybe have an ear infection or a sinus infection, or if I've just caught a cold or what. But It is not fun, and it is making the rounds at my house because my husband did not feel good earlier this week. I'm still not feeling great. I'm hoping by the time I need to go back to work that it will be pretty much gone. I only have to make it through 4 hours of work, and we're having our party, so there will be other people there to help, and yeah, the back of my throat just feels raw. Luckily, last night I was having trouble sleeping, and I went looking for some cough drops, thinking that, they would help clear my sinuses a little bit so I could get some sleep. And luckily, I found some Fisherman's Friend. My husband, whenever he gets sick, swears by Buckley's, which is this vile Canadian concoction. It tastes terrible. And he swears that it works. I refuse to take it. It smells to me like medicine that I had to take when I was a kid. Ugh. No, thank you. I'll stick with NyQuil or Dayquil or cough drops or whatever. I'm not doing Buckley's. But Fisherman's Friends, we actually found them. They're cough drops, a Canadian brand of cough drops. And they don't taste great, but they work, let me tell you. I went and got one last night and took it before I laid down to bed, and it cleared up my sinuses enough. I managed to fall asleep and get some decent sleep last night, which I needed pretty badly. I think I fell asleep as soon as my head hit the pillow. So my new fancy cube pillow, which I have to say I'm actually really enjoying. I think it actually, because my husband and I are side sleepers, it has made a ton of difference. Just like we bought, it's been several years ago now, we bought a memory foam mattress. And prior to that, we just had a regular spring mattress. It was a pillow top spring mattress, and it was supposed to be extra, comfy. But man, we bought a memory foam mattress, and it's one of those that, it comes rolled up in a box, and you unroll it and let it kind of inflate as it sits on the bed. And we've had it for several years, and it's the best mattress we've ever had. So, fun fact, in case you didn't know, we discovered that when we moved to Canada, you're not allowed to bring mattresses in. We can bring lots of things with us from our household, but mattresses is not one of them. I'm assuming that has to do with the whole bed bug thing. It's one of those things where once you get them, they're nearly impossible to get rid of, and so they just cut off the whole issue by telling you that you can't take mattresses in. I just thought it was kind of funny. Of all the things I would have thought couldn't be taken in, mattress was not high up on my list. To refresh my glue dot here again. It's being obnoxious. Which made me wonder, like, what happens when people go in with RVs? Like, I get, the mattress doesn't come out of the RV, but if they have bed bugs, what, they're not going to hop out of the RV? I don't think that's how bugs work, but man, you can hear that glue dot popping now that I refreshed it, can't you? See, this is what I love about glue dots. Like I said, this glue dot has been in this pen forever. And all I did was use my tweezers and kind of stretch it out a little bit and then push it back in just to give, a different surface than what had been being used previously. And now it's back to picking up the drills and popping and sticking like it's a brand new drill or a brand new glue dot, but it isn't a brand new glue dot. So definitely am going to have to do another test with them. I've had a couple of comments on my wax test that I did a while ago that, you know, the pink wax lasted 5 hours and my glue dot lasted 10. I actually think the glue dot would last a lot longer than that. I just think I didn't give myself enough time to finish the test before I published the video. So I might go back and redo it now that I have a better handle on what I'm doing. Which, you know, it does take longer to load the glue dot than it does to load a, you know, your wax in your pen. But for me, part of what I like about the glue dot is that popping sound. You know, if you're not someone who is, you know, auditory, there are probably people that drives them crazy to have that pop sound every time they place a drill. I am not one of them. You know, it's very ASMR, right? To have that popping sound over and over for me. So, but I can see how it would drive other people crazy. In fact, I've often commented to my husband that I find it funny it doesn't drive him crazy because I diamond paint while he's watching TV. Well, it doesn't bother him because he can't hear it. He has hearing issues and he can't hear it, so it doesn't bother him. Okay. I think I am down to my last color. So let me find that. Where did it go? There it is. Let me fill in this little section. This row here is partially covered, so I'm not going to try and do that one. I'm just going to leave that until I get to the last section. It'll be fine. So I'm excited, you guys. I'm getting this section done. It feels like my voice might hold out for the whole video, which I wasn't sure it would do when I started. Be always interesting to hear what my voice sounds like when I'm doing my editing. That's why I started to say about Friends, we were making jokes because I have that whole Phoebe being sick. You know, she wanted to be sick all the time because it made her voice deeper. I don't know if mine's any deeper necessarily, but this morning or yesterday, it was cracking all over the place. And I wasn't sure I was even going to have a voice to do a video today. So I'm glad I do, because I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't had one. I didn't really have a backup plan if I didn't have a voice. You know, silly me, when I made the plans to do this Advent project, I didn't really think about, oh, well, what if I get sick and I don't have a voice in the middle of it? What will I do then? Probably not my best idea, but it is what it is. Make the best of it and go on, right? So, okay, almost done. Ta-da. Okay, let me look it over and make sure I didn't miss anything like I did last time. I don't see any holes. I think I'm good. Okay, so let me put these drills away, and then I can turn this around and zoom out so you guys can see. So there's that section completed. Let me turn this around so you can see this section right here is what I completed. And that was, again, section 12. I think you can sort of see right here what it might be turning into. I've had a couple of guesses, so I'm not going to confirm anything until I finish this, but you can just see the whole thing when it's done. But some of you are pretty close. Ooh, I've got a random drill. Did that spill, or I'm just gonna move it over there. Don't know where it came from. I don't think it fell off of anything. I think it was just a random drill laying there. Okay, so that was section 12. And I will be moving to section 13, which is right here on the next video. So there you go, guys. Today's section 12 complete. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to do all the things on your way out. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.